Have you wondered what YouTube actually pays to content creators? Today I want to talk about that and share with you exactly how much I'm making on YouTube. And let's just say, I'm not retiring anytime soon. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day, is your channel monetized? Let me know in the comment section down below. This is an interesting topic to cover. Anytime you talk about money, things can get a little bit weird, regardless if you're making a lot or making a little. Spoiler alert, I'm making a little. And that's really the reason for this video. I want to give a small channel's perspective. As of this recording, the channel just hit 4,000. You see the mega channels that get millions and millions of views every single month, and it can get a bit daunting and discouraging when you just get onto the platform and you're struggling to break 10 views. So I wanted to provide a tangible example of a small channel that, as of this recording, has 4,000 subscribers and how much it's produced in ad revenue to date. But before we get to the channel analytics, I want to give you the background so you know what it took to get to this moment. I joined the platform and became an active creator in August of 2018. My first public video was of a software called Remind, which is geared towards real estate agents. Previous to that, the only experience that I had with videos was doing screen shares for some of my clients where I explained contracts in depth. But after my first public upload, I became a bit more obsessed with YouTube and started to realize the opportunity that it had. But not opportunity and potential that you may think of making money on YouTube, but more of the exposure that YouTube allows. For me, it was about leverage. It just blew my mind that I could create a video for free and upload it for free and have access to so many potential eyeballs that it was just fascinating. My first goal was to get a vanity URL, which at that time, you needed 100 subscribers to have your own unique URL. It may still be the same thing, but it's been a while since then. And yes, I understood that there was YouTube ad revenue where YouTube would pay me directly. I understood that, but that wasn't the angle. The value for me was the exposure, and I thought that I needed millions and millions of views in order to make it viable. So at the end of the day, making money directly from YouTube is more of a byproduct. That is not my primary focus, and you're gonna see why here in a few seconds. After a few videos, I started to gain momentum. I started to get a few views and a few subscribers here and there. So and after a while, about 8 months or so, I was able to reach the requirements needed to have my channel monetized. And the requirement at that time was to have 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 hours of watch time. So thankfully, I was able to hit that. Okay, we're here in the channel analytics to give you the full numbers on what this channel has made since it started generating income. And the first day that it actually paid something out in Adsense was March 26th at a whopping 45 cents. That was a momentous day because, well, I got approved and it started generating some income. Not really, 45 cents. We all know that that's really not much in the grand scheme of things, but however, proving the concept, it kind of helped out with that regard, so it started gaining momentum. I started actively publishing in August, and it took about, well, since August to March, we're looking at 7 to 8 months before it started paying something out. So I had days where there was a $5 day. That was pretty huge early on. And then you start seeing it started, up and down. Then it started getting a little bit higher. Then, as you can see, when you're not publishing, it does kind of tamper off. Here, the month of June, I was publishing every single day. And you can see some rewards were reaped during that month. And then there was a lull period in the Julys and August. There wasn't much activity, but then in September, I started the production again in producing as much videos as possible and you can see that correlated with the income. It's not a linear rise, as you can see, but as you start adding more videos to your inventory and as you start gaining a bit more of a following, then it starts to make a little bit of a dent. So this was September, went on into October, November, and December. I was publishing videos pretty much every single day. And my goal for this year is to stay as consistent as possible. And as a reminder, this is not the primary. As you can see here, the estimated revenue for since it's been monetized, we're looking at about a little bit over $2,800, 77,000 monetized playbacks, and the average CPM based off of the 365 days, so the past year, has been about $64 on the monetized playbacks. Now this is a little bit deceiving because the estimated monetized playbacks, there's a reason that it's labeled that way, because these are the views that are actually monetized. When it comes to the channel's total views, you see them over here. So the channel's had 103,000 and 77 of those have been monetized. So there's still a gap between the actual views of the channel and the views that are actually monetized. But as you can see here, you have the year's breakdown, and then you have the monthly estimated revenue. So we'll see a few more months. Started generating in March, it went to nearly $14. In April, $123, and you see it starts increasing. That month it increased drastically because I was doing a video per day. And then the lull period, as I call it, July and August, there really wasn't much activity at that time. But then in September, October, November, and December, I really started putting out more videos. Again, not with the goal of having, rising the monetary, my monetary value from the channel or my YouTube Adsense. Well, I mean, that's a good byproduct, but the goal was to increase the exposure, increase the brand, and increase the awareness by the people that I'm targeting. So when you go to September, you see 369, October 393, and then a jump to 565, and we just closed out December at $618. So right now we are January 2nd. So we'll see how that goes. But this is the breakdown. Let me show you another cool graph that I look at fairly regularly, and that's the top earning videos. The top earning videos, most often than not, coincide with the videos that are most watched. So if either I'm looking at the most watched videos or the ones that generate the most income, oftentimes they're the same, just based off the content that I am making. So you can see here by breakdown, pretty much one of the first videos that I published, you see here August 27th, is the highest CPM income and CPM based. So you see it right here, estimated revenue, monetized playbacks, and then playback based CPM. So you see the CPM here was nearly $73, and over the same time the average was 60 something. I forgot exactly what that number was. And then real estate leads, Google Ads tutorial, that was 52. We have one for over 100. So this one was another Remind, that's a high CPM. And the reason that Remind is a little bit higher than what you're seeing with Facebook ads and Google ads and other platforms is because there's not as much content with Remind. If you Google Remind, of the top 10 videos, you're gonna find that probably 6 of them are mine, because I started making Remind content and there's not as much out there. So that's why you see the playback based CPM, or just CPM for short, be as high as it is. So here you have Facebook to lie index, $94. The CPM, that is, when you're looking at the income, then there it is. Now you see that the CPM is higher here, but it doesn't have as many views. So you see all of the monetized playback, and when you look at other channels that show their analytics, they have hundreds of thousands or millions of views and their CPM may be lower than $10. However, they have so many views that, I mean, it drives the high income that they're driving per their channel, versus my content that it doesn't have as many monetized views or views altogether in the grand scheme of things. However, this is a huge CPM. If there's another channel out there that shares this type of CPM, you're gonna see that this one wins out more often than not because of the content that I'm making and the audience that's actually viewing it. So real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, business-minded people, where there's a lot of value in getting in front of you when people are advertising on this channel. As you can see, I'm not making anywhere close to a living wage. And that's okay. The mindset that I had going into YouTube was that of exposure, and I have gained that. The money, the revenue is a good byproduct of that, but it's not the primary focus. As you can see, if that had been my primary focus, at the rate that I'm going, I'm gonna be out of business, or I would have been out of business months ago. With this exposure, I'm able to monetize YouTube in different ways. One of those ways is through course sales, which are linked down below, and I highly encourage you to check them out. Another way is by offering services. In my business model, I don't offer this as much. It has to be the right brokerage and the right team to work with. I could take my talents and develop an agency where I do this for as many agents as possible, but that's not my focus right now. It could be in the future, but that's not what I'm focused in. And for me, from an agent perspective, I'm able to leverage referrals from other agents, or with my other channel that I have that is geared more towards home buyers and home sellers, I'm able to offer my services as a real estate agent. Another way that I'm able to leverage the exposure in the channel is by offering consulting. And yes, I'm aware that this is another type of service, very comparable to the done for you model, but at the same time, this is where I focus my energy more than the actual doing the marketing for other agents. Another way to leverage the YouTube exposure is by affiliate sales. So there are services and products that offer affiliate commissions. And I've been able to leverage this exposure by increasing my EXP Realty Partnerships. I joined EXP about 3 months ago, and I've been quiet about it because I wanted to try it out for myself. And I also wasn't focused on partnerships. But now that I am focused on it, I've been able to grow my partnerships very, very quickly because I offer to do the marketing for the agents that partner with me. That's right. If you're a real estate agent and partner up with me, I do your marketing for free. Okay, so I need to get back on track. This is a bit of a deviation from what you signed up for with the title. So I'll actually make another video that goes more in depth at the different revenue streams that YouTube offers. The last couple of minutes were designed to be an example of ways to leverage YouTube without only focusing on YouTube revenue. So now you know how much YouTube pays me. If you found value in this video, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.